Oh yeah, y'all. Get this motherfucking party started this morning. We'll be on my way to work in a little bit. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Giants Nation. All my big blue fans out there. 2 weeks left in the season. In this crazy 2020 virus infested season. A lot of crazy things that went on throughout the season. And there's 2 weeks for the New York football Giants to prove to themselves that they may have what it takes to win the NFC East. Is, you know, is our destiny in our own hands coming out of these 2 weeks? Absolutely not. New York Giants are going to need some help. But I think, after week 13, when everybody in the NFC East watched the Washington football team beat the undefeated at that time Pittsburgh Steelers. Me, myself personally, I kind of looked at it like, oh, it kind of opened my eyes like, oh shit. Even in week 13, I thought maybe this division is over. Redskins just made a big statement. I know there was, still a lot of games to play, but I was looking at the schedule, and that game right there, solidified, the Redskins as a serious contender to pull out, this division. I think after week 13 and watching, the Steelers play the Buffalo Bills in week 14 and watching them lose to the Cincinnati Bengals in week 15, I wake up today and I feel it's like I took a step back and I had to sit there and reevaluate and look at the NFC East now that we have 2 weeks left, crucial 2 weeks. And I feel a little better. I absolutely feel a little bit better. And the reason why is because the way these last two games are set up for us and the rest of our foes in the NFC East, we have a good chance. We definitely have a good chance to make it to the playoffs with some help. And some of that help may come from the Philadelphia Eagles, the only team in the division that hasn't gotten to 5 wins. The Philadelphia Eagles will be playing back-to-back NFC East games, just like the Dallas Cowboys. Now, the Dallas Cowboys are riding on a high right now. They see some light at the end of the tunnel. They have a reason to be excited, coming off of a big victory against, one of their hated rivals in the San Francisco 49ers, of course. And I don't think it is impossible for the Philadelphia Eagles, who absolutely hate the Dallas Cowboys, to help play spoiler when it comes to playing the Dallas Cowboys this Sunday right here. Now, if Dallas wins, of course, and they get to their sixth, win of the season, that puts a lot of pressure on the Giants, of course, because I really don't have us winning the Ravens game. If I was a betting man, I wouldn't be betting on the Giants this game, but I do not believe that Lamar Jackson is the greatest passer in the world as well. There are some things that we can take advantage of with the zone defense that we use against Lamar, but we're going to have to control the edges. And just like Russell Wilson, we're going to have to keep him inside of that pocket, because once Lamar does get outside of the pocket, his legs are so dangerous, that it really doesn't, his accuracy passing won't matter at that point in time. If you have to honor Lamar Jackson getting outside of the pocket and you have to leave your receiver or tight end or running back or whatever, he's going to gash us. He's going to kill us. So we've got to keep him inside of the tackles and control the edges. But the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles game that's going to be coming up this week is very big for the New York Giants, and the game that's even bigger for the New York Giants and their playoff hopes. What's going on, everybody? I'm just talking right now. I'm gonna come up off it in just a second. But the game that's even bigger for the New York Giants and the rest of the NFC East period is that Washington and Carolina game. Now, if Washington pulls out a win in Carolina, which absolutely we cannot have that happen, but if Washington was to pull out a win, that would be a wrap right there. They would be at 7 wins. The only way that we could actually, beat, catch the Redskins in that instance is that we would have to beat the Baltimore Ravens, and then we would have to beat the Cowboys at the end of the season, and hope that the Redskins lose the last game of the season and the Eagles help us. But I think it's possible that the Washington Redskins, everybody sit here. I was just talking about the Steelers to start the stream and how everything was looking, with the Skins and how they beat the Steelers and how I thought that the division was, definitely looking like, the Redskins were going to take it. The Washington football team was going to take it. But with Dwayne Haskins back there at quarterback, Dwayne Haskins, I'm not going to say he's still basically learning a lot of things on the fly. Dwayne Haskins is, but I will say also that with him being back there at quarterback, I think Carolina has even more of a chance to win the game. And Ron Riverboat, is going against his former team. Matt Rule is going to be facing off with his new era Panthers. He's going to be facing off against the coach that they let go, that he's supposed to be proving that, this is the reason why I'm here. I don't think that Washington's offense is going to be consistent in this game with Dwayne Haskins under center. Unless the Carolina Panthers come out and absolutely just play a foolish and horrible game versus the Skins, in no way, shape, or form is this game right here going to be a give me for the Redskins, for the Washington football teams. This is not going to be an easy rollover victory for the Washington football team. They still are not that team. That team that beat the Pittsburgh Steelers that night, that defense that was able to get a hold of the Pittsburgh Steelers, that day. They are vulnerable. Last game, and really both of the games, it blows my mind with the Washington football team when I watch them play down this stretch, because when the Giants, I know they were two different teams at the time, but both times we played the Washington football team, we were able to run the ball very effectively on those guys, and they weren't very good at stopping, anything that we were throwing at them, both of those games. And I watched them play other teams, and I'm like, man, maybe they've learned from all that. And, these guys are not having to stack the box, but they're still able to stop the run. The guys are stout. Last game, Seattle Seahawks took the top off of that Redskins run defense. Russell Wilson didn't have a really big game. If you watched the game last game versus Seattle, with the Washington football team, they didn't have to pass a whole lot. Russell Wilson didn't have to pass a whole lot. They were able to control the game on the ground with Carson and with Carlos Hyde. They were able to control the ball on the ground, which was very surprising. They were gashing the Redskins with 8-yard, 10-yard runs, setting up second and short all day long, where, Russell Wilson, he could use those second down plays to do his, his infamous play action and go deep. He's most dangerous when quarterbacks like that are very dangerous when you allow a running back to get 6, 7, 8 yards on first down. That the options that the quarterbacks can use, and a quarterback with a skill set like Russell Wilson, yeah, he will hurt the shit out of you with that play action, because that's the perfect time to run it right there. You have to honor it. You don't know if they're going to run it to get the first down on short yards, or, once you look up, he's already, pulled the ball away from the running back and they're going down the field, baby. So I think the Redskins can definitely be exposed and beaten in this Carolina game. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. And the Cowboys, yeah, they're running on a high, but, Cowboys won last week. Eagles lost a tough game last week that they definitely were in. I didn't expect for them to be, all on top of that game again last week. They scared the hell out of me with the Cardinals coming down the stretch. Jalen Hurts almost pulled it off. Jalen Hurts looked amazing last week. And I think the Cowboys got something coming to them. A little bit of a reality check. You guys are coming down this stretch and trying to get into the playoffs as well. But I believe the one team you probably didn't want to run into as far as your hated rivals right now probably is the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think that bodes well for the New York Football Giants. Because to me, I can see in hindsight already, if this week right here goes the way I need it to go, first starting with the Washington football team, Carolina, get them up out of here. I truly believe the Eagles take care of Andy Dalton and the Dallas Cowboys. And what that's going to set up is for a Week 17 extravaganza. Week 17 extravaganza. The Eagles get to play spoiler to the team that you think the Eagles want to be swept by the Washington football team? You think the Eagles are going to take it lightly in Week 17 that the same quarterback that beat them in Week 1 is the quarterback that's out there on the field against them now, and Dwayne Haskins? Oh, no. The Eagles are going to be playing spoiler, baby. Big time, helping the New York Football Giants out. But we got to get through this week. Heads up with Dallas. Week 17 is going to be a Week 17 extravaganza. For sure. If we can get this done 1 week. So this right here is the biggest week of all of them right now. 1 week at a time, but this is the biggest week of all of them right now. I'm going to be tuned into the TV, glued to it, cheering for the Carolina Panthers big time, because that is the main piece that we need to fall right there. If that piece falls, Washington has opened up everything for Joe Judge and the New York Football Giants. If that happens, they've opened up everything, Pandora's box. And you guys either go get your ass up and get on your high horse and go get it, or we're going to sit on the fucking couch and get ready for another offseason and a bunch of Dave Gettleman decisions and free agents and pickups and draft picks. That's exactly what's going to go on. So I feel good about coming into this week. I definitely feel good. Let me say a shout out to my folks out there in the comments section, man. What's going on with y'all? Good morning. Good morning. I just had something on my mind, and woke up feeling good about our chances, to make this run right here and get to the playoffs. And I had to get it off. I had to get it off my chest, though. What's going on? Good morning, Ian. Brandon Rogers. Good morning, Ryder. ASL interpreter, what's going on, man? Appreciate y'all coming through. Neil, my rider, my dude, man, what's going on, man? My day one banter, good morning. 40 Luck, what's going on? Yeah, man, I feel like this next 2 weeks right here is exciting. This is gonna be exciting right here. This right here is for the pot right here. This for the money right here. So, shit. The more I sit back and I look at it, I felt down, especially the last 2 weeks with the Giants. We've went from one of the top teams in the league defensively getting pressure on quarterbacks to the last 2 weeks. We haven't been able to really get pressure at all. We didn't get any sacks against Kyler Murray, and we got 1 sack against Baker Mayfield on Sunday night. And it just wasn't, it hasn't been the same New York Giants aggressive New York Giants defense that we've seen coming down that 4-game winning stretch. So guys are going to have to get back in there and figure out what it is that we need to do versus Lamar. Because like I said, even though the big game that I need help from, and we all need help from as Giants fans, is the Carolina game with Washington, we still, there's football that still has to be played. And just because the Baltimore Ravens on a hot streak right now, and they got Superman back with Lamar, so forth and so on, and they're playing real good right now. Football still has to be played on Sunday. Football has to be played on Sunday, and I'm sure, you know, the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers could sit there and vouch for that. You never know what's gonna go on in this league, especially in 2020, baby. So, I just wanted to get on here shortly, man. Say a little something. Let me go through this comment section real quick and see what's going on with y'all. I don't know, Brandon Rogers. Like I said, you may not think Washington loses to Carolina, but you look at this division as a whole this season, and nobody in this division is consistent. It's the reason why the record is what the record is with everybody in NFC East. We are the least consistent division in football from 1 week to the next. Least consistent. So I think there's a very good chance that Carolina, and Carolina, I forgot who they played last week, but they played a pretty decent game against their opponent last week. They came up short. I think Carolina is going to be coming out to make a statement in this game right here. And it's very possible that Washington, with Dwayne Haskins under center, with a second and third string running back out there for Washington, really with no premier talent at the wide receiver position except for McLaurin. It's been the same story for Washington, all season. Pretty much. I think Logan Thomas has stepped it up and been, a very important piece in that Washington offense. But I think that was to be expected when I seen Alex Smith go down, because everyone knows that Dwayne Haskins is going to dump and dink the shit out of you. And Logan Thomas is a big part of that dump and dink, that short pass offense. So there's definitely, believe me, dude, Carolina can beat Washington. Believe me. Teddy Bridgewater can beat Washington. And what's good, Ryder? Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. These last 2 weeks right here is gonna stress me out. But who gonna come out? Who gonna come out on the other end of this? Right now, I don't think there's a clear path unless you're a Washington fan and you really got that much confidence, because you are the only team right now that can control your own destiny in this division. Washington can eliminate the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday if they beat the Carolina Panthers. Automatically, the one team automatically eliminated is the Eagles, regardless if they win or lose versus the Cowboys. If the Redskins win, Eagles out of here. They gonna say it right on your TV screen. The Eagles have been eliminated. Only two teams that can do anything about it is the Cowboys and the Giants. And it's going to have to do with we still going to need help. Still going to need help. So we're in this position, man. Neil, my number one. Hopefully our Pro Bowler Evan Ingram gets his head in these last two games and he actually catches the fucking ball. Jason Garrett is still fucked up, though. What up, Ray? Ain't shit, Ryder. I don't know how the hell Evan Ingram made the Pro Bowl. The guy got like 500 something yards receiving and one touchdown, I think, this season. I don't know. It blows my mind, man. I'm really not a big watcher. I don't watch the Pro Bowl anyways when it comes to all that shit. I just think that the league, I don't know. The fans got the vote. Maybe Evan Ingram's popular. I don't know. I have no idea. My thing with Evan Ingram is, as a Giants fan, I'm disappointed as well in Evan Ingram when he drops the ball. But when it comes to my thinking on Evan Ingram, I think it's easier to give up on talent than it is to work through whatever the guy has going on. It's very easy to give up on talent. And we've seen a lot of we've seen in different situations where talent is given up on, and you see talent go somewhere else and they thrive. They turn into what they were expected to be the whole time from where they got drafted from. And really, truly, and honestly, my opinion, I don't want to see that happen with Evan Ingram. You know, a lot of guys like to hate on Evan Ingram, and they're first, they're real quick to chop his head off, and they first to come at him as soon as he messes up, and credit, I put it on myself too. I will sit there and chop Evan Ingram's head off when he sits there and I'm looking at the game and dealing with the emotions of how we lost, and he's a big part of it, no doubt. But I look at the whole picture with Evan Ingram, and what kind of offense do we need to be with Evan Ingram? And I don't think we're that type of offense that we need to be with Evan Ingram yet. Now I feel closer to the type of offense that because really before we got Joe Judge this year, I don't think nobody was using, Pat Shermer definitely wasn't using Evan Ingram the right way. There were so many different things you guys would hear me say about Evan Ingram. Use him as a wide receiver sometimes. You could put him at slot. There's so many different things. When it comes to playing defenses in this league that have pass rushers, skilled pass rushers, they are aggressive as hell and coming after your quarterback. And because we're down to our second and third string running back, they're aggressive as hell coming downhill towards your quarterback and just being aggressive every play. The one piece on our offense that can take all of that pressure away, every last bit of that pressure, and leave every defense in the NFL on their heels if they sit there and they show that type of pressure and they stack 8-9 in the box and think they go show blitz. Evan Ingram, if you can catch the fucking ball, there's no linebacker, there's no safety in this game that can fucking cover a tight end with Evan Ingram's skill set. And we know this. We know this for a fact. This is not speculation. There's no linebacker or safety in this league that can cover Evan Ingram out there on the field. But part of being a great player in the NFL is making sure that your head is always in the game, and mentally, especially in the crucial moments in games. These are where these are moments where you separate the men from the boys right here. It's a mental aspect to any sport, whether it's boxing. You think those guys don't use mental toughness in boxing when it gets late in rounds, down into the fight. It's a 12-round fight, and they're like in round 9. Those guys are tired and sore and fucking winded, and you don't think the mental aspect of the part of boxing comes into it. It's a big time thing in sports. When you want to take it to the next level, you have to be mentally sharp and make sure that you stay assignment ready. And Evan Ingram hasn't been able to do that consistently at all. He's put himself out there to look the way that he's looked because he's done a lot of bad things in crucial moments. But like I said, there's no, he's to me, he's the Odell Beckham of tight ends, pretty much, which may be a laughable statement, but he pretty much is. I can't think of many. I can't even really think of off the top of my head one tight end. I know they compare him to Jordan Reed when he came into the league, so forth, but Jordan Reed can't do the things that Evan Ingram can do when the ball is in the air. Jordan Reed's catch radius is not where Evan Ingram's is. It's just not. He does some ridiculous things out there. So I feel like if we were to give up on him right now and let him go, the only thing I fear truly as a Giants fan is that I'm going to see him go somewhere and he's going to turn into a perennial Pro Bowler every year, because no one will be able to stop him once he gets that little hiccup together. So let us be the team that fixes that shit. Let the New York Giants, and I know you might say, man, we're giving them chance after chance after chance. I understand. But please, Evan Ingram, get this shit together. Let the New York Giants be the team that you fix your drops and all this other stupid shit. Fix that shit and become a valuable piece to this team, because a tight end like that, we are going to need you. We are going to need you. Yes, sir. Still in the building. Morning, Banter. Hope everybody have a productive day today, man. Y'all do your thing out there, man, and let's get ready for Christmas. It's right around the corner. Yes, sir. 40 luck. All for the marbles, baby. You know, 2 weeks of stressful football for every fan in the NFC East, but you know, it's just amazing right now. I guess the Eagles thought that tie at the beginning of the season was going to help them get into the playoffs, but it looked like right now that tie is going to hurt them from getting into the playoffs. And I told a couple of Eagles fans that shit. I told y'all, man. So I'm going to get off here in just a second. D1 Chosen, what's up? What's going on, homie? I'm going to get off here in just a second, but I do want to say something before I do get off. Because you Cowboy fans, y'all getting on my motherfucking nerves once again. You stupid motherfuckers. Every last one of you delusional sons of bitches. Wasn't it just like 2-3 fucking weeks ago you assholes was out here talking to Giant and Washington content creators and talking to different fans of Washington and the Giants, talking about, man, yeah, this the NFC least. Don't nobody want to win this shit. Y'all can have it. This the NFC least. Man, we talking about the draft. Ain't that what you bitches was sitting there talking about like 3 weeks ago? This division is trash. That's all you heard out of Cowboys fans. Man, this division is trash, which is true, which is absolutely true. Trash. But now that the Cowboys is back into the playoff race, now all of a sudden the division is the shit again now, ain't it? The goddamn NFC East race is the shit now, ain't it, Dallas Cowboy fans? You sorry, hypocritical, goddamn backstabbing, delusional motherfuckers. Can't stand y'all motherfuckers, man. Who the fuck let y'all in the race? God damn. Gave these niggas hope. So, like I said, if my Giants can get this done in the next 2 weeks, cool. You know, somebody got to win this division. I like my Giants going to the playoffs to give these young, dudes on my team confidence. Let them know it's going to be plenty of adversity going on every season when you play in the NFL. But if you work hard and stay on your shit, it's a possibility that you could pull through at the end of the season and turn the whole thing around. Don't put your head down. I need that for my young team. But when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, if my Giants can't sit here and win and get into the goddamn playoffs and they can't give me a playoff game, I hope to God the Dallas Cowboys make the playoffs. If my Giants don't make it, that's my goddamn wish. If the Giants don't make it, I hope to God the Dallas Cowboys make it. And you know why? The reason why is because Mike McCarthy ain't going nowhere. Mike Nolan ain't going nowhere. All the shit y'all been complaining about all fucking season, just frying the coaching staff, frying Jerry Jones, talking all this shit about talking shit about Dak, talking shit about Andy Dalton, talking shit about DiNucci, talking shit about everybody on your fucking team. Zeke fumbling, the offensive line, all the bullshit you had to deal with Dallas Cowboys talking all goddamn season and complaining. All that shit is gonna go away. You know why? Because they're delusional. That's why. That's why it's gonna go away if the Dallas Cowboys make the playoffs. And then they go come back in the next season. And see, one thing, Dallas Cowboys, I want y'all to understand. You might not agree with what I just said right there, but one thing I want you to understand is that before this year right here, just about every year in this division, it was a 2-team race. And we knew that there was only one team in this division that could possibly beat the Dallas Cowboys during the season. And that was the Philadelphia Eagles. Y'all know it's been like that the last couple of years. Well, we learned this year that not only can the Washington football team and the Giants step into that category and beat the Dallas Cowboys, and we didn't do it, back earlier this season. I agree. You guys still have your streak going. But I seen something in that game. So not only can the NFC East rivals beat the Dallas Cowboys, but anybody in this motherfucking league we seen can beat Mike McCarthy and his Dallas Cowboys. So say what you want to. Y'all was struggling when Dak was in there. Struggling. Getting your ass whipped every game. Damn near. Having to come back. So I still don't know if it's the system in Jerry's world, if it's the players who, are not committing themselves in Jerry's world, or if it's just like we all suspect, if it's just Jerry, once again, fucking shit up, making things hard on people around the organization, making it uncomfortable for people around the organization. So, yeah, that's what it is with you Dallas Cowboy fans, man. Don't y'all sit back and watch this shit. If the Dallas Cowboys win the fucking division and some miracle happens, y'all gonna see some of the most delusional fans that we have all been seeing for the last fucking decade. All of them gonna come out delusionalness. The division is gonna be the shit after they win. It ain't gonna be the NFC least. Desert Eagle 90, what's up, Ryder? Big games this weekend, man. Big games, dog. Good morning to you. Hope you're on the road driving, being safe, man. Yes, they are, Mr. History 21. Yes, sir. Straight delusional. But I'm gonna get ready. I'm about to smoke me a little something, man. And your boy go do what he gotta do today, man. And I gotta go to work and put in some extra hours because I need some extra money. Ain't got time to play around, man. They got a new COVID coming around this motherfucker. I don't know. We about to get hit with COVID 2.0 possibly. So I probably go to work and I'll probably buy some toilet paper before I go into work. For real. I'm gonna stop and go get me some toilet paper because white people be buying up all the toilet paper in Virginia. So I don't know, man. But yeah, y'all be good to each other. Get ready for Christmas. Let's get ready for some exciting football for these last 2 weeks, man. And I get up with y'all a little bit later. I appreciate y'all taking the time to come through. I haven't been able to do a whole lot of stuff this year, but been focused on family. Hopefully I can get back to normal next year, and we can have some stuff going on and get my comedy game back up and start having some fun again on this YouTube thing, man. So one love to everybody out there, man. Y'all know what it is. All my riders out there, I get up with y'all later, man. Peace.